Hey YouTube, this is Vince with ToxicOptions.com. Today I'm going to showcase my trades that I made from August 1st. It's the first day of the month. I had a huge day. I ended up taking about 3 trades today. The first 2 were losses, and the third one I had a huge win that made up for both those losses and some additional money on top of that. So I want to showcase those trades today. And before I get into that, I do want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. None of this information today here should be taken as financial advice. This is simply me showcasing the trades I made and explaining the process as to why I took the trades. Now, without further ado, let's get into the charts here. All right, starting out here on the SPY ticker on our 4-hour time frame, just to get an idea of the overall market condition. It looks like we've been moving bullish for the past week or two. A lot of green candles here indicating the bullish trend on this 4-hour time frame. I do like to mark out our potential zones where we may see price move into if we did continue bullish. So I had this zone marked out here for about 415. And then I also had another zone marked out here at about 410. So those are 2 very important zones. Now, moving on down to the 1-hour time frame, I wanted to kind of get an idea of where the market opened up today in relation to yesterday. Now, the market opened almost 1 full percentage point lower than it did the close yesterday. So you can see that right here. It may be actually even easier to see on a 15-minute time frame. But you can see right here the market closed on July 29th, Friday, or at about 412 on SPY. And then we opened this morning closer to 408. So yeah, there's down almost a full percent at market open. So I don't like to trade the first hour or 2 during the market. I'm always kind of watching during that time to see if I can get an idea of a clear direction that the market may move that day. So that's kind of how I started my Monday morning, just keeping an eye on the market, seeing what it did. I did showcase all 3 of my trades today by using these green and red indicators so you can see my entries and exit points. It's easier to visualize on the chart. So on this 15-minute time frame, there was a couple of zones I wanted to point out. The first important one was this previous resistance from Friday that we rejected from. So that I know in my head that that's an important point of resistance. So if we break above it, we may be able to look for some call opportunities. If we can't break above it, then we may be able to look for some puts. So I had this line marked on my chart, and I also had another one down at the lower end showcasing the support that was formed, which was right in this area. So this is our kind of our zone we're working with. So I was telling you about the market conditions and how we've been moving bullish on the 4 hours. So ideally, I wanted to look for calls up to this green zone, up to 415. And so that's exactly what I did. So if we move down to the 5-minute time frame, this is my favorite time frame to trade here on intraday scalping. But this first green arrow showcases where my first trade entry was made. Somewhere at about 11:10 a.m. I saw the market push above this key area here at 412. The candles closed above, and then we had a small bearish candle, and then I entered right as soon as I saw the market start to push back up in anticipation of continuation up to 415 towards the bullish side. So shortly after I entered, the market just dumped on me, and I had to stop out on that first trade, losing about $1,000. And then very similar situation here. I took a re-entry once the market pushed back up in anticipation for the market to continue to push back up and hope to see that 415 level. But the same exact thing happened to me. The market dumped on me, and I had to hit my stop loss once again there. So I was down about $2,000 on the day on those first 2 trades. Now, being that my bias was bullish today, I didn't necessarily want to change my bias on this chart, but I did see the opportunity arise for one of my favorite setups, which is just a typical 5-minute trend line. And, you know, at about 4 or 5 taps almost every time, we'll see a break and then continuation to the downside towards a previous zone. So that's kind of how I had it set up here. I had this previous zone at about 410 on the 5-minute time frame marked out. And so I entered puts. I changed my bias. I entered puts with a little bit larger size after having 2 losses on the day already. Trade started to go against me a little bit. I did have a stop loss right above these swing highs, so it didn't quite hit my stop loss, and then the market started to go in my favor, and I rode this thing all the way down towards my take profit, which was close to about 410. I ended up buying put contracts. It were 411 puts, 0 days till expiration, so they did expire today. Extremely risky position, but you know, I had the confirmations for entry, and then I just kind of stick with it at that point, and then it worked out beautifully. So now this trade netted me about $6,300, which not only made up for my 2 smaller trades, but printed me a lot extra. So I was super stoked about that. And then, you know, I was done for the day at about 1 o'clock. So pretty quick trading day. I was only looking at the charts for about 2.5 hours or so today, but you know, that's really what my goal is. You know, log on, look at the chart for a couple hours, make some money, and get out and enjoy our life. So hopefully you found some value in the analysis that I reviewed today. I'm excited to start a new trading month here, and hopefully track my progress and upload as much as I can to update you guys as to what my P&L looks like for the month, and hopefully, you know, give a little bit of transparency as to what the thought process looks like behind entering these scalping trades. But I appreciate you guys watching. If I've provided you any value, drop me a like and a subscribe, and keep an eye out for future videos. Thanks, and have a great day.